Hey guys, it's Azzy, and today I'm coming at you with a little bit of a different video. This is my, I believe it's a 1978 Lawnboy 8237, self-propelled. It's got the worm drive on it, and today I'm going to be pulling off the flywheel because the coil has gone bad in it. So what it'll do is it'll start up and run just fine when it's cold, but once it's warmed up, it doesn't run at all. So what's happening is when the coil heats up, it loses its electric charge, and in turn doesn't start up when it's warm. So let's get started. It's really not that difficult, just taking the engine cover off. There's 4 Phillips head screws. There's one there, one there, one there, and there's supposed to be one back there, but it's missing. So yeah, let's start going into this. Now normally when I start going into a project like this, I try to have a tripod, but in this case scenario, I don't have one. So it's just going to be down there. Also, I apologize for the really bad lighting. There's one working light in this garage, and it is directly above me. So, anyways, I've had this mower since about 2017, 2018. I don't know. I was really into 1980s and 70s Lawnboys and outboard marine motors and 2-strokes. So I ended up buying this from an estate sale for 55 bucks. It was claimed that it didn't run, but I just threw in some new fuel and it ran. The recoil also needs some attention though, so I'll also be taking that apart, working on that a little bit. So anyways, it's been a pretty fun project, even though I really haven't had a whole lot of time for it. That is one thing I kind of regret, because I do like this thing, but I don't really give it the attention it needs or that it deserves. So anyways, once you get all those off, you want to make sure that your fuel valve over here is closed, or else you'll have gas spilling everywhere. So I'll close that, and then normally you can just grab the fuel line. Sometimes they will, I think out of the factory they have a clamp on it, but I've been underneath this thing so many times that it doesn't anymore. So just set that off to the side and disconnect my primer. My on-off switch, I'll have to remove that as well. And my main fuel line. So I'll get you in here and show you how to do that. Alright, so as I was saying, I've worked on this thing before, and if you know anything about me, I do extreme hack jobs. So with the ignition system, yeah, there's just a screw going through there, and it holds it just fine. So it's, it's worked out fine. But anyways, you'll have your primer line over here, and your main fuel line is normally just chilling out right down there. So I'll get those off, get everything off, and I'll set this off to the side. Alright, and with that, my main cover is now off, so I just need to take this other plastic cover off. This one's broken, but it's not really that important. And then I'll take this little fan type of thing, like a little shroud, off, and then start taking the flywheel off. Also, a good tip for anyone who's going into auto tech or any sort of Votech school, a helpful piece of knowledge is have an extra set of tools, because I took all mine there and now I'm using tools that don't work. So yeah, but anyways, I'm working with what I have, even though they don't work. So let's see how this goes. Unwell, just as I had expected. I have a size 2 screwdriver here, and I'm trying to use it on a size 1 hole, so no bueno. Alright, now that I have a really annoying stubby little screwdriver that's probably from when the Reagan administration was still a thing, that looks like it's the right size. Let's see if this will work. I don't remember how many screws I actually left in this. It only really looks like there's one, but I can't see behind the recoil, so it's kind of questionable, but there might be only one, which wouldn't really surprise me, honestly. Yeah, there is only one. So now that's out of the way, I can tackle this little guard thing. It's pretty easy. It's just 3 Phillips head screws on top. Also, a helpful little tip for when you're working on stuff. If you can, try to put the bolts or screws back where they went in, because otherwise you will lose them. And that's why there's one bolt holding on the black plastic fairing onto this engine, because I misplaced my stuff a lot. So onto the last screw. Okay, so now with this removed, I'm going to set up the camera and show you a good way to, well, I haven't tried it myself, this is going to be my first time, but I'm going to see how and if I can get this flywheel off with just a pry bar and a hammer. So, yeah, I'm going to put these screws back where they came out of. So that way if I lose them, I can be angry at myself because I actually tried putting them somewhere for once. So yeah, there's mothballs under here. It's really nasty. It's just, this engine's, all this stuff under here has probably never been apart. It really wouldn't surprise me. So yeah, let's get into this. So as I had said before, I believe the coil is the issue. And if you look at it, you can kind of see it is a little bit crusty in there. And this was probably white originally, and now it's kind of like a manila folder type of color. So I have no doubt in my mind that this is absolutely original. There's a part number or something on it right there. So yeah, that really wouldn't surprise me if that's the issue. And as I said, my really janky half-assed wiring, that was probably also cause of it. So yeah, let's get this flywheel off. All right, and I'm back with my really half-assed tripod, which is my phone being held on a chair with a 2 3/8 inch exhaust pipe and a crescent wrench. So this top bolt for the flywheel is a 5/8 socket, and as you can see, it spins over. So I'm going to try to prevent that with a screwdriver, going against something solid. So like the coil, because I don't really care about that at the moment. So try not to break any teeth here. And there we go. Bolt's loose. So now with the bolt loose, you want to take it up so it's a couple threads above the top of the bolt on, or the top of the crankshaft itself. So that way when you go to strike it with your hammer, it doesn't end up breaking the crankshaft. So here, let's give this a go. As I said, I've never tried this before, and I might end up ruining this engine, but you know, it's a learning experience. So if it happens, it happens, but if it doesn't, that would be greatly appreciated. So I'm going to try to find an area I can get down underneath the flywheel that's on a good surface, maybe over here. That would be alright, and I'm gonna hammer. Alright, I don't know if you guys saw that, but there. The flywheel is now loose, so I'm gonna go ahead and take off this nut. And there we go. There's the flywheel. So that did in fact work, and yeah, so now that I have a little bit better access of the area I'm working on, there's the tripod I was using, by the way. I can kind of see that, yeah, my coil is definitely original, and it's very dirty. Look at that. So I'm going to take that off. I'm going to search up the part number, and who knows, maybe we can find a new one. So yeah, thanks for watching. Sorry I haven't really been posting a lot of these type of videos recently. I've been working on my Ranger a whole lot, but expect to see it back up on the channel pretty soon. And yeah, with that, I'll see you guys later.